starting within 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, can you just share me the YouTube link also on my WhatsApp?
Yes, sir, I have shared it.
Okay, just a moment. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what's your branch, Lucky? Like mechanical?
Yes, I am from mechanical engineering branch.
Okay, and what's your year? Final year?
No, sir, I am currently in my second year.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Nice. What about you, Shruti? You are also in like second year mechanical?
Yes, sir. Currently, I'm in second year and my branch is also mechanical.
Okay.
Sir, so now we'll start our webinar.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Success in engineering comes not from knowing all the answers, but from having the courage to ask the right questions and the curiosity to seek their solutions. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucky Chatterjee from the Mechanical Engineering branch of Batch 2024.
And I am Shruti Banwal from the Mechanical Engineering branch of Batch 2024. It's our absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this exclusive Mech-E-Meet webinar. This event is proudly organized by the Mechanical Engineering Society.
Tonight, we are privileged to host a truly inspiring figure who embodies the theme, the modern mechanical engineer beyond engine and steel.
Please join us in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Sudhanshu sir.
Sudhanshu Sar's career is a testament to his high impact leadership and deep expertise. His journey includes guiding major projects at Indian Railways and shaping global supply chains at Tesla, placing him at the forefront of the modern industry.
Sir, we are deeply honored to have you with us today. Our audience of aspiring engineers are eager to learn from your dual experience in both the established public sector and the cutting edge global corporate world.
In today's session, Mr. Sudhanshu Sir will be sharing about his career journey at both Tesla and Indian Railways. He will also provide us valuable guidance on preparing for the ESE Engineering Service Examination.
I know we all are excited. So, without any further delay, I would like to invite Mr. Sudhanshu sir to take the stage and enlighten us with his knowledge and experience. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Shruti. And it's really awesome to be here. And actually, just feels like a day before yesterday, while I was doing my mechanical engineering, BIT. So it feels so young to be with you people right now. And as you rightly said, the challenges are huge when it comes to mechanical engineers because we as Indians are a developing economy. So that way, we have a lot of work to do to take our country in line. And for that, mechanical engineers play a huge role. And I will request that the session can be as interactive as possible. Please feel free to chip in, ask anything from me for any time because like I hate it to be a monologue. And I want it to be as informative and as interactive as possible.
Okay, sir. So let me ask you the first question. What inspired you to pursue mechanical engineering, and how did your journey evolve from the Indian Railways to Tesla and the Purdue University?
Yeah, so like telling a bit about me. So presently, I'm working in Indian Railways. I started my career as a mechanical engineer, and after my engineering, I joined Railways. And like in between, I thought like why not have some more study. For that, for studying, I went to US for 2 years. So plan was to go to Australia, then US was a kind of upgrade I got, and then I did my internship. Internship is a part of actually curriculum in Tesla. So for internship also you have to give a lot of exams, a lot of interviews, and actually there are career fairs over there. So there, Tesla, I gave the interview and then I was selected into Tesla and I worked there as an intern for 3, 4 months in California. And then after I again joined back to my college, Purdue, completing my MS. And then towards the completion, I got an offer also from Tesla and some other the companies also. But like I was on study leave, and at the end of the day, it was about gaining more knowledge and coming back to my country because, to be honest, I love my country. To be honest, I work in railways. I feel it's already so. Apart from being technical, it's very satisfying also. So the kind of satisfaction it gives me. So I joined back and I left Tesla. Basically, I left Tesla's offer of full time. I joined back, and since then it's been 2 years almost. I'm working again in railways. Presently, I'm in North Railway. So, as you coming back to your question, what inspired me to being a mechanical engineer? To be honest, at that time I was not very good in computers or electronics. So later on, I tried to gain more skills, upgrade myself. Mechatronics is the thing nowadays, as we all know. So I feel that when it comes to engines, like I've worked a lot in engines, locomotives, diesel locomotives. So that's my forte, two-stroke diesel engines. I have worked in diesel sheds since last 10 years, I guess, in diesel locomotives. So, so when I work in these like conditions, diesel that is a kind of my forte. So that gives me a kind of kick in a way that inspires me. So I will say I it's not like I always wanted to be a mechanical engineer. That was my dream, but slowly it happened and progressed.
Okay, sir. So from the answer that you have gave, I would like to ask the one more question that how do you see the role of mechanical engineer changing in the age of Industry 4.0, automation and sustainability?
Yeah, so Industry 4.0 is playing a huge role nowadays, and in railways also, and even in Tesla, I saw a lot. Tesla is maybe much more beyond Industry 4.0. They are working in total automation. Industry 4.0 is a kind of intermittent automation where it's about interacting, machines interacting with machines. A lot of data interaction is there, but there is a human interference. Tesla is working on more of machine learning, where machine is collecting the data from their surrounding, and then that data is feeding itself into the system so that it can take more database decisions. So that way it's a bit different. But coming back to your question, Industry 4.0 is very important because in India right now where we are in, uh, we need to work a lot on optimization. We are working, like from my organization's perspective, I can tell you we are investing huge when it comes to automation. I can not tell you specific details because like I cannot share details of my organization without their permission. So, but to be honest, the details which are in media and reports, as we all see, like Indian Railways is investing huge when it comes to automation, when it comes to Industry 4.0, machines interacting with machines. It's a kind of, I will say, it's a kind of web of data and like database related decision making.
Okay, sir. So, sir, what are the technical and analytical skills that should a mechanical engineering student start learning early on?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and in that question, I can help you a lot because I've seen very close the US industry also, what kind of skill sets they need and what kind of engineers they are like in a way what they are teaching to their engineers and what kind of engineers are coming out from their university. So I started my journey in Purdue as a mechanical engineer for mechanical engineering, but we always wanted to shift to management because it was ultimately a management course, MS in management. So first year my offer was of mechanical because it can relate with like what I'm doing the past 10, 12 years I was doing in Indian Railways. And then I progressed to more of management related courses. But during first semester of with mechanical engineering students, what I saw, they focus more on labs. They focus more on hardcore skills. Like when I was into engineering, our projects were just projects of namesake. Like be honest, like everyone knows the fact. Let's talk it in a very candid. Projects are, I'm not sure how things are right now. So it are not like copy paste theoretical lab work. In US, it's nothing. Project report means only one page report. That too at the end of the semester. Project means actual thing. Like we had to make a robot, and that robot was supposed to function on different kind of platforms, different kind of things it had to perform functions, and had like coding was done on Python maybe. RDO was also taught us, but maximum coding we did on Python. And then it contest competition mid semester and final semester both. And the team who won in that competition, they got maximum marks in the project. Apart from that, exams were very minimal. Now, I'm not sure right now how the things are in the curriculum. I'm sure exams be a big thing. But I will say what works in industry is your hardcore knowledge. Like was a guy and was my lab partner. He was an American guy and he was planning to do PhD also in mechanical engineering. Then I asked him, like, bro, you are so nice and so good when it comes to all this stuff. So he told me that in the lab, he was my lab. So he told me that he has his own lab at home where he is doing all this, like in his free time, robo stuff, coding. So he said that I feel that is my main stuff. And here I do it just for like fun. So college for them is fun in a way. And they are actually in a way working very close to what the actual skill sets are required in mechanical engineering. So and apart from that, adding to your question, wherever I'm exaggerating or it's a bit of big answer, and anytime stop me. So, like, I feel they are much less into mechanical and more into electronics computerization nowadays. That comes from them a lot. Like, I also love it now. Like, when it comes to mechatronics part, they are damn serious about. When it comes to electronics part, coding part, it's like life skill. Coding, they're supposed to know. And electronics they're supposed to know. It's a basic skill for them. What I was learning in my fourth year, maybe in the college, that too at an elementary level, they are teaching their like maybe in the first or second class to the undergrads. So that way expectations are huge. There's a lot of difference in the skill set when it comes to the industry requirements. For example, you people are doing mechanical engineering, you might be willing to go for masters someday, whereas in Australia or what. But Even you love mechanical engineering, I think you should not go for mechanical engineering because there you will compete with the people who are just into this stuff for fun. So, like it's not like they will be like, for example, we can just copy from the seniors, we can just ask them for guidance. Nothing like that. There, it's pretty simple. It's our project. We are supposed to do it by ourselves. No cheating. So that is like the thing.
So moving to the next question, I would like to ask, how did your experience in Indian Railways prepare you for global exposure at Purdue and Tesla?
So, like the experience was amazing because it was so inspiring that further inspired me to study more. Global exposure always helps in bureaucratic jobs. Actually, it's all about gaining more knowledge for the country because now I have worked in Tesla, I have studied in Purdue, so I can give more inputs in my organization for the country. As I told you, I love my country, so that way it always helps and it always motivates me to give whatever I can so that the whole country can get benefited in one way or another. And in a way, like my background in railways always helped because uh, like whatever they were teaching, like when it came to basic mechanical engineering, engines and stuff, I already knew everything. Worked in engines for like 10 years, 12 years, as I told. So that way, it was not difficult. And electronics, computers, I had to learn over there a lot. I had some knowledge, but there I learned more because there, as I told you earlier also, things were a bit different. They are more advanced than us when it comes to automation, when it comes to all this. So background was okay, like mechanical engine, and then I learned small stuff.
Okay, so moving on to our next question. So, what one career decision or mindset shift that made the difference in your success?
Well, I will first of all see, brother, I am still working, so I will not say it's a successful career until I'm retired. So it's a journey. So secondly, I will say it's more about ethics. I will say ethics are very, very important. So I saw in US also, like those people also, like when we say they are the most advanced country, the reason being they don't cheat. Like they will never copy you. They will get zero, they are fine by it. But they will not cheat an assignment, they will not copy anything. So there's nothing like, so for example, individual assignment means an individual assignment to them. They will not study in groups and try to copy their answers, validate their answers, nothing like that. So ethics, it is one thing like cheating. Ethics comes in job also. Like for example, you are working in anything where you have some financial transactions, so your ethics will work there also. And like as a bureaucrat, you have to take a lot of financial reasons also. So pressures will also be there. So then I will say your ethics works a lot. And once a stage is set that this guy is like this, he's plain and simple, he or she. So system will not try to be against you. Any organization, I will say. So first thing is ethics. Second is I will say uh, the zeal to innovate yourself because at every stage of your life you have to keep reinventing yourself in your career. Every time it will be something new that you have to have. Otherwise, like as they say, it can go stale anytime. So you have to reinvent yourself. You have to keep learning yourself. Like everyone is saying nowadays, AI, AI. Personally, being in US for 2 years, I know that there is nothing like AI other than like it's a kind of language interpretative model. But we know of ChatGPT. Other AIs, they are all like either highly secretive or other stuff. Whatever company says I'm using AI any product. It's not AI, it's machine learning basically. So machine learning cannot be interrelated with AI. So this basic difference I came to know because I learned a lot of stuff over there. So that way you have to keep learning yourself, keep learning. Like I learned a lot from my projects, from my professors in Purdue. They were amazing. And in my job also, like in Tesla, I will say, like for example, people might be discussing nowadays more about like I know more of US corporate as compared to Indian corporate culture. I've never worked in Indian corporate, but I'm sure it must be derived from US corporate. So that as they say, networking is very important. As they say, you need to interact with your seniors more. To be honest, I never did networking while I was in US. I had many job offers in US, but none of them came from networking. I always had good grades, and whenever I worked on myself for my interview skills and like in my resume over there. So and I just started to love what I'm learning. So that thing interviewer can always see whether you are genuine or fake. So I am of a different opinion. I might be wrong, but I feel that I always felt like I'm not a kind of guy who can go to someone to ask for a job or ask for something, some favor. I'm not into networking. And so that way I feel like I should not do what I'm not good at. So I started to work on my skill set. That is like I was studying management, mechanical engineering, then resume. So I will suggest in my own opinion, it's my opinion, I might be wrong, but like what I feel is working on your skill set is more important. Loving what you are doing is more important. Working on your English is very important. So all these things are more important as compared to some other stuff like connecting to people, networking. So because that thing takes a lot of time. References won't help much if you already have something good in your resume. That's what I feel.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as you have told, the level of education in USA, they have taken it to the next. So, how can a students, an Indian students, basically, bridge the gap between classroom knowledge and the real industry requirements?
For that, you have to work hard yourself. I will say you have to try to connect with some of the industries for internships, and that internships you have to do very seriously. Like in US, what happens interns, like in Tesla, interns are treated just like that regular employees. And already I had so much of experience, so I was treated way better than a regular employee in a way. Like, can I share some experiences also? Like, is it fine?
Yes, sir. It's totally fine.
So one of my experience I would like to share, like there was a machine that was being transported from Germany to Mexico, and that machine was very important for Cybertruck. You must be knowing about Cybertruck, I guess.
I've seen on YouTube videos.
Yeah, so I was working on a project of Cybertruck. Truck. I will not disclose more because I just hate to share the details of the organization wherever I work. It's like my professional integrity. So what happened? Like that project had a lot of hiccups. I was dealing with two, three people in that. One was my team lead, then was my in a way mentor. He was next to team lead, then logistics team, then finance team, and the supply chain team. So I was working as a supply chain manager and data analyst based intern. So I got fed up, and it was like my first week only. They were saying, "You talk to him, you talk to that." Like I just went to my team lead, my manager. So I told her, "See, if you want me to handle this, give it to me independently. Because in the last 1 week, I have not learned a single thing. So I already know a lot of stuff. It's basic management. You let me coordinate with all the stakeholders of Germany, Mexico, and Tesla corporate and Tesla factory. I'll manage myself. So I was hoping that she will just hold me and she will tell me like go away. Instead of that, totally other thing happened. She smiled at me. She said, "Okay, you feel like you can take care of it. It's a big project." So I said, "Okay, I will do it." So she dropped an email to me that from now on you will be independently working on this project. And the deadline she gave was 2 days. 2 days for transporting a machine from Germany to Mexico, and 2 days for commissioning. Normally, commissioning takes 1 week. In railways, as I know and our experiences, one week to 10 days because foundation has to be set, all the other stuff, electrical connections and all, and then the validation, data validation, and calibration. So it all takes 6 weeks. But like I had 2 days of transportation and 2 days for commissioning. So what I did, first day I started the commissioning work. I took the designs, etc. from Germany so that the foundation can be laid in advance. And then I booked the Boeing myself. Boeing took me some millions, and I was taking that decision independently. So that Boeing took the machine to Mexico. I flew to Mexico directly, and I was monitoring the commissioning by myself in my presence. So, and I was working with finance, supply chain, corporate teams of Tesla, all in coordination. And never I felt like I'm just an intern and I need to take signature of someone else for approval or there is some SOP or anything. So that's the beauty of, I will say, US corporate. So they felt like I'm confident enough and they let me handle the stuff. And after that, my manager stopped talking to me. She just threw me random projects on emails and random date. After that, whatever project she threw at me for the first month, I did everything. So after that, she even stopped giving me projects. She threw at me random data so that I can extract some projects out of that. And after that, even the data stopped coming. So I started to search for work. So what I did, I used to go to factory. Like I was bored in the corporate office. So corporate office was at Palo Alto, and the factory was at Fremont. So it's like 1 hour drive. And they had given me a Tesla to drive. So I used to drive all the way to Fremont. And there in the factory, I used to talk to people. What are the problems in the machines you are facing, so that I can find some work. So what I'm trying to say is, if you get good at your work, slowly, and one more thing I would like to add, it's like you need not ask for favors to people. Like people know if you're capable, they will do the favors themselves to you. I never asked for job. Like I hate to ask for a job, to be honest. I wanted to come back. I never wanted to leave India. So once the internship was done, the final day was over. I just met my manager, said goodbye. It was nice working with you. Nothing like I will drop you an email, we will connect further. I need a full time, nothing like that. And later, just she just only asked, when are you planning to graduate? So I said that around December. So in October, November first week, she dropped me an email that I just want to have a small one with you. In those 5 minutes, she asked me about my visa status, about my graduation date, dates, how many I complete, and she gave me an offer letter. And so what I'm trying to say is same thing can happen with all of you. It's about if you're good at your stuff, you can achieve that. That's the goal.
Okay, sir, as you are also aware of the current scenario of India, even in IIT, students are more inclined toward the computer science related streams. They didn't prefer the core mechanical or electrical or civil like branches. So, what's your view on the real future of mechanical engineers?
It's about integration. Like mechanical cannot sustain independently. It has to be integrated. Like for example, I work in diesel locomotives. Right now I'm posted in Ludhiana. So diesel locos, it's a diesel electrical loco. 20% is diesel, rest is all electrical and electric. And I know each and every bit of electrical and electronics that works in diesel locomotive, like to my seniors and juniors taught me. And so that way, what I can tell you is that you have to integrate yourself with electronics, electricals, machine learning. Uh, don't be just don't try to believe whatever you listen like AI stuff. AI is all fancy stuff. Again, I'm reiterating. It's nothing like AI that works right now. It's all machine learning, database decisions. So everything you can learn very easily. Like Python, for example, it's pretty simple. Python, nothing like very difficult about it. So Python you can learn and you can start using new projects. Arduino, I don't know. Like, can I just ask, like, what language are you, coding language, what are you working on in your projects right now? Any projects you're working on, for
So
example,
basically, we use Python language in this.
Python,
Arduino, yeah.
Arduino. Okay. Arduino is very elementary. It cannot function much on like very complicated projects. Python is very versatile. Like one of the projects I worked on, it was not of engineering, it was more of supply chain project. So we tried to recreate the code of Uber. There was a trucking company, it was a startup company. So companies come and give projects in Purdue. And those projects are like given to them the students, the real problems that the companies are facing. So that trucking company was facing a problem of placing their trucks at optimal points. And that's like, for example, Uber. Uber, like in evening in South Delhi, you might find 20 Ubers. In East Delhi, 10 Ubers. So why the difference is there? It's about demand and like their system is learning from the data real time. So they have integrated Uber, the machine learning, and the real-time data fetching, and on that basis, that decisions are being given. And they are also using Google Maps API and all. So that project we did, and we recreated Uber project, Uber software, because as it is, that software is very costly. So we created that on Python, linked that with Google API, and then we gave it to that company. That company was so happy. He also offered us jobs. They were startups, so we never wanted. None of us, our teammates joined that because it was a startup. They were paying good, double than normal, but there is no point of joining a startup. There is no like guarantee or warranty job that way. So, and even the Chinese guys, they all went back to China. They all also love their country that way. So, so I will say it's more about like learning more and stuff. And when it comes to coding, I will say personally, for example, I'm talking to you two people. You two people should be perfect when it comes to coding. You two people should be working on live projects from the companies and trying to create new solutions of existing problems. So then you can actually feel confident enough that whenever there is an interview or something, you can say like, "This is what you did," and if you did it honestly, everyone will come to know. The interviewer will come to know that you are honest in your work.
So I would like to ask one question. If you could give one piece of advice to every mechanical engineering students at BIT Sindri, what would it be?
Uh, One simple advice is I will say keep learning, keep improving, and learning new stuff. New, like for example, just try to understand what the industry needs nowadays. The difference, I will say, like US, for example, Rolls-Royce, they work very closely with the mechanical engineering lab of Purdue. So, a lot of patents are there, like in Purdue mechanical engineering department. that pertain to Rolls Royce. So Rolls Royce every year they come with a problem, and the brightest students are given that problems, and they work on that. So that way, if you can interact with some companies and you can make request to professors to interact with some companies so that what is the line problems they are facing, so that you people can help them, that would be really beneficial for you. And also one more thing, like there is something known as IP, intellectual property. Like whatever you work on, if you are able to patent it properly, so that is the level that actually in my first semester, it was mandatory for all of us to learn about intellectual property because Purdue said that whatever, for example, in the next 4 years of engineering, if you come around something which is unique, you should patent it. It's beneficial for you and for the college. So that way, you should also study a bit. It's readily available on Google, intellectual property, how to patent it. It's not that costly to patent something. It doesn't take too much of time. You have to apply for patent. Patenting takes 2 to 3 years. But once you apply, then also it is a bit secure. So these are some of the stuff that I would like to advise you people can work on. I know it's easier said than done. The road is very tough. It will be difficult for you to find some companies which are having real life problems. But you can still try. It's better than doing like right now what the situation is. It's always better to try. And I'm sure you might hit something. Because problems are everywhere and people want some youngsters to find the solutions. Because in industry, people are working on day-to-day stuff, they don't have much time to innovate. So there they require people like you to innovate and do some new stuff that you can work on.
Thank you so much, sir, for the truly thought provoking and enriching session. Your insights have not only expanded our view of mechanical engineering, but have genuinely inspired us to aim for global roles and high impact careers.
Thank you so much.
Sir, if you are comfortable answering a few questions from our students, then
Yeah,
with your kind permission, I would love to proceed to the Q&A session.
absolutely.
So we are also live on YouTube and I will be monitoring those questions for you, sir.
Sure.
We- just 1 minute, sir.
So let us now move to the Q&A segment. I request all the participants to either raise their hands or drop your questions directly into the chat box. Mr. Sudhanshu sir will be happy to take them one by one.
Just 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. There are no questions. It's fine also.
One question is from Pius Misra. If you are recruiting fresh graduates today, what qualities or mindset would impress you more than just grades or marks?
I will say projects and good skill sets. Skill set means that hardcore skill sets of the industry, like data analytics, is very important. Like Power BI, I will say like a bit of Python also is very important. And like your English, your presentation skills, all these are like really impressive skills that will, if I'm the recruiter, I will look for all of that apart from the regular marks. Yeah.
Okay. So another question is from Satish Viswakarma. So, what are the key factors that you, if you are interviewing someone, that you look upon?
Key factors, first of all, is the personality because they have to work as a unit, as a team. Second is the individuality also because apart from being a team member, we all are individuals. So, what are the kind of leadership skills as an individual that guy or girl has? And third is, as I mentioned earlier, the skill set they have. Fourth is, apart from the skill set, obviously the marks, because marks shows our sincerity also towards the college, towards the system, towards the organization. And fifth is ethics and vision in a way, like if I can get a hint of some vision or some ethics, it will be an icing on the cake.
Sure. So, with that, we come to the end of a truly remarkable webinar. On behalf of the Mechanical Engineering Society and everyone present here, extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Sudhanshu sir for taking time out of his incredibly busy schedule and to share his invaluable expertise to us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for inviting. It's always a pleasure. And we like as an alumni, it's always good to like to be of some use, some relevance. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
So, as a token of our deepest appreciation for your valuable time and effort, we would like to present you a memento on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering Society.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's like really touching. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And to formally acknowledge your contributions, sir, we would like to present you with a certificate.
Yeah, thanks again. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We sincerely hope this lesson has provided you with a clearer understanding and an inspiring direction for your path as mechanical engineers. Thank you so much again and have a great day.
Thank you. मेरा क्वेश्चन रही